boost. Smash your way to the top of the leaderboards and grab those sweet rewards.
Yeah.
Come on, it's candy time.
No, not at first. You know, they even had no circle button on this bitch. Damn, look at this nigga who just pressed up on
that
us.
fucking blind position.
All new Tuesday at 10 on Investigation Discovery.
That nigga took my brain out from me just like that.
Where are you?
All I know is my son is missing.
You good?
My only son.
I'll take the hand cannon. There it is. They gave me the hand cannon. That ain't what the fuck, but I'll take it.
Someone knows what happened to her. We still need to find her and do not give up. They come back.
Disappeared. All new season premieres Sunday at 10.
Yeah, I can get rid of that,
Discovery.
Try for y'all years, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What we gonna do, dump cars and get new characters?
Lore of the good life and the influence of a bad man leads Robin into prostitution. She's arrested in Boston's notorious combat zone. Could this be the wake-up call this once successful art student so desperately needs? Detective Dwyer pulled her aside, and he just kind of tried to give her friendly advice. Don't end up like the rest of the people around here.
Nah, I don't think you get that one if you ain't got the beetle yet. I think they get the beetle first.
Get out. You don't understand. It's temporary. I don't only do this.
A lot of them claim I'm not really a prostitute.
You go flawless and keep playing. If you win.
People say it all the time, but it's not temporary. Young lady.
Yeah.
How can you do this? How can you embarrass our family?
Same card.
Robin's father was absolutely devastated by the news that
You said you gotta go to the tower first,
was a
though?
prostitute.
Promise I won't do it again.
So every time that you unlock the lighthouse, now whether I got this card or not, I can come back with a chat, right?
A mix-up. Her father loved her dearly. He didn't want to believe that. We will discuss this later at home. Go. You too. Despite her brush with the law, Robin is back to work right away. She quickly lands a whale of a client.
I'm so sorry.
I usually do that to myself. You have an incredible smile.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Robin, but you can call me Miss Benedict.
Miss Benedict.
Wait a minute. So you mean tell me from going flawless I only get one motherfucking ornament?
Asking for free. He became a regular
That's it. It take like 6 for the test piece. No, I'm lying. It's 2 for the headpiece, 1 for the arm.
3 a weekend, 1 per character.
Soon after that first meeting,
You got a goddamn high expectation, you get it? You just now with motherfucking once, nigga. Goddamn.
I know.
I appreciate it. I might even check the stats on that let's get and see how I did.
That's the way you're supposed to do it. I just go ahead and play it.
He went
You know, I like to get my
seeing
stats.
her maybe once a week,
See what it
to
say.
several times a week.
So they tell me I ain't shit because I got 1 kill, 15 deaths,
With her in a movie
2
theater,
assists.
you pay to go for walks. The golden rule for a prostitute is you want your John to like you, but you don't want him to be infatuated with you. And that's what happened.
I love being with you.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Dog, I don't been the most flawless with this fucking hunter. I only go flawless with this motherfucker.
Times that we could be together that we're
Yeah,
You're so organized, Professor.
that's it. That is it, dog. I've been 1 time with my warlock, 1 time with my titan, 3 times with my hunter. I mean, it ain't a whole lot, but goddamn, it's,
Robin, time is money.
that's all.
So Bill comes up with a clever solution. He hires her as a research assistant and puts her on the Tufts payroll.
130,
Yes, I got the money.
16. Yeah, so hell yeah, I want to play for that scale, right? I don't understand why I don't got that shit yet.
Inquiry into the professor's department. It was a very covert investigation, so it was going on totally
I'm gonna go
behind the
flawless
scenes.
without streamer type nigga,
They
though.
wanted
What
to
the
meet
fuck?
directly
I ain't
with
got my
Robin
shit yet.
Benedict, and he made excuse upon excuse. The university calls MIT, where she had allegedly worked before.
I just want to check an employee of yours, a Robin Benedict. Oh, really? No records at all?
Oh, they gave me this raw ass rocket launcher. Check this shit out, huh?
Development for the people at Tufts.
Raw ass rocket launcher.
Even more staggering, the audit reveals that Bill Douglas has misappropriated more than $67,000.
Bill was stealing from this
From a course I just completed.
to basically bankroll this CD
For a mean ass 170. And kill all the Hive Knights.
Have you lost your mind? I'm sorry? The university will no longer condone your behavior.
I was doing, when I was waiting for y'all, I was trying to do the story missions. Y'all know I still ain't beat half the fucking
They
missions
had given this man tenure.
for this hunter.
And he couldn't
Story
be
missions,
fired.
yeah.
So their only recourse was to permanently suspend him.
You need to pack your bags. I'm calling security.
No, I ain't never beat Black Garden with this motherfucker. Well, I mean, I got the raids unlocked, and then that was pretty much it. But on this hunter don't have the raid, the raffle machines. She don't have it unlocked.
The university called, Bill. They said you were suspended.
Okay, are they trying to make a big deal out of nothing in the county? Yeah, that's happening. They're trying to make an example of me? Yeah.
Okay.
That too.
I'll come back for that shit later.
You've made a fool out of me. But you're not going to any longer. Say it to my face.
Alright, so y'all ready to go get these scarabs?
He wound up admitting to her that, yes, he had had a relationship with a prostitute.
You bastard. How could you do that to me?
I still think this shit ugly as
She
fuck,
issued him an
man.
ultimatum.
This bad.
She said she'd take him back. She wanted her kids
The
to
one
be
you get for going
raised
flawless
in
right
as
now?
normal household as they could present.
So help me, God.
Nah, I think the armor is alright, but I don't like the pink.
More Robin Benedict. Do you understand me, Bill?
It look cool for the cape, but that's about it. But I'm talking about the emblem. Yeah, it looks like a Titan skull with little wings and shit. Get it, you ready, man?
Well, I talked to your mom, and she said that she would take them for a couple days.
Yeah, then they don't even got no good pink shaders to go with that shit. So it's just pink on the side just because you have to do it like chatter white to go with that shit.
Despite what had happened to him. But the facade is short-lived. He was lonely, and he reached out to Robin again.
Which one? That chest, yeah. The shader, yeah, you right. That's a straight shader, but you gotta get rid of that
I
chest.
need to be with you. He decides he wants Robin to come.
You gotta use the crest off of Lupe, though.
It's a connection. I'll tell everybody you're my research assistant.
Senior research assistant.
Yeah.
She agrees.
But you got, you right. I've seen you evade some shit, but think about how many times you ain't get it done died trying to res each other.
$1,000 a day. It's two people.
Think about how many rounds you done lost because you didn't get the res.
Robin had a very
Like right there.
She was a graphics artist.
Like on the tip.
Professor William Douglas, an educated man, spend outrageous amounts of money. How does this happen?
Nah, you keep it. We went with that shit. We just keep going with that.
The conference is a success. Everyone is thoroughly impressed with Bill's stunning senior researcher.
So we should talk about the agreement?
But I still gotta wrap my mind around that. I'm looking at this shit in Spanish.
$3,000 is 3 days.
The Frosties. I'm looking at the Frosties. Like, wait, read this shit called Frosty?
3 days, $3,000.
Halois.
He went through his savings
childish family, his in-laws.
Hello,
There was no
Eve.
money left.
Are you okay?
I'm sure the H is silent, probably yellow. Yellowy.
Both physically and mentally. With Bill lying there with his chest pains, these two women actually saw each other for the first time. You have the wife trying to put our marriage back together.
I'm in Spanish, though.
Face to face with the woman who had torn
A 3 and a 5. What you mean?
Excuse me.
Oh, that's how the Frosties are.
Listen to me.
The Frosties are
Never
Frost
contact my husband again. Do you
EE
understand me?
33 or whatever.
Your
Shit.
husband owes me
Over by stairs.
$3,000.
Yeah, they just playing the spawn. One coming around behind us.
$3,000.
2 actually. Boy Code.
Not now.
She told him.
Get it? Say y'all want to play to get the
She wanted
scarabs?
her family so
Yodadee and
much,
Frost
but
say,
she
hell
told
yeah,
him
we come in, we play
no
like shit.
more
Like fuck it, we already done for
And
the day.
indeed, after this night, things would never be the same for Bill and Miss
Shit
Benedict.
came too early.
3 weeks later, on March 6th, 1983, State Trooper Paul Landry and his partner are called to a Boston area rest stop.
Yeah, they went back to the stairs. Let's just play this motherfucking room.
right there.
He then focuses on a men's button down. There's some distinctive stitching on the pocket.
He noticed that there was a dark thread that had been used to patch the shirt.
More concerning is a
Probably the
woman's
feet.
brown jacket splattered in blood.
Whoa, get it.
The evidence picked up. Landry knew that someone was either hurt or there was a homicide out there.
Oh, inside the
There's a killer
The cave.
on the loose.
ID's Addict of the Month. Tonight's new code is Autopsy. Go to investigationdiscovery.com/addict
Pure is big, bold, bright, and just better. That's why at McCormick, Pure Flavor is our mission, so you can realize the rich taste.
Alright, man, let's get this shit together. Yo, we gonna be sending niggas flawless to the for free, though.
Because Pure tastes better.
Fuck them niggas. You know how hard I gotta play to go
There's a
flawless?
moment of truth. And now with Victoza, a better moment of proof.
Victoza lowers
person
my
always did it.
A1C and blood sugar better than the leading branded pill, which didn't get me to my goal.
What is that?
Lowers my A1C better than the leading branded injectable, the one I used to take. Victoza lowers blood sugar in
I'm all the way in here by myself. I don't fuck
While
up.
it isn't for weight loss,
They pushing me.
Victoza may help you lose some weight.
I can't be no further in here, though. I'm like all the way in the spawn.
Victoza is not recommended as the first medication to treat diabetes, and is not.
There's one by my body, 2 by my body. One pushing you, get it straight up.
Do not take Victoza if you have
The last one pushing
family
him.
history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome
he's hurt.
type 2, or if you are allergic to Victoza or any of its ingredients.
Damn.
Stop taking Victoza and call your doctor right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, or if you develop any allergic symptoms, including itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. So stop taking
Okay,
Victoza
thanks,
and
Eddie.
call your doctor right away if you have severe pain in your stomach area. Tell your doctor your medical history. Taking Victoza with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. The most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. Side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
There's one in the cave
Now's the
back
time
there.
for a better moment of proof. Ask your doctor about Victoza.
You've had this snack, but have you ever had a snack within a snack within a snack? 3 levels of snack time at the same time. Reese's Snack Mixes, pretzels, nuts, Reese's Pieces, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Snacker, what? Hershey's and Reese's Snack Mix. Snacks on snacks on snacks. Dinner at Arcos Triple Zero is my go-to protein snack.
Protein from yogurt. Yeah, this
Damn, these proximity mines ain't shit no more though.
it has zero added sugar, zero artificial sweeteners, and zero fat. Oikos Triple Zero. Be a stop bleeding.
On that tether, right there.
There's nowhere else like Hamburger Mary's, so why settle for just dinner when you can eat, play, and enjoy a show? Join us for our live drag queen review featuring an all-star cast.
That's what I hate about this $100 though. I take for fucking ever to get to the end of the game.
You'll get scared whether you leave it.
Oh yeah?
Full-service bar,
That's what's up.
brunch buffet with Bloody Mary and mimosa specials. The perfect place for
That's what's
engagement,
up.
bachelor, and birthday parties.
So you're saying we could just throw these motherfuckers? Nah, I don't want to do that though.
Strongly recommended.
Remember, I used to want to throw the car when we fucked up at the end on the 8th win? And I used to get mad and be like, no, fuck that. I said the niggas flawless. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Or just $299 a month for a new 2017 E300 for only $529 a month. At Mercedes-Benz of Wesley Chapel, an AutoNation company.
No way, I got that shot, man. He's on top and bottom first.
Visit mbwesleychapel.com.
I died with a fucking slam.
Nah, that shit do not fall off on me.
Neighbors you could trust.
Look at that shit.
Before an unthinkable crime changed it all.
T-Rex arms.
Special premiere Sunday, April 9th.
Uh-oh, teabagging.
Casey Anthony on Investigation Discovery.
They win this round, right? That's game, right? Okay, let me back up. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll stay in.
It drove me to a point of obsession that I had never experienced before.
Report these guys, nigga.
When you work these cases, you're living another person's greatest nightmare.
Yeah, he selfless at the last second. He was on fire.
I wanted to make a difference in these people's lives.
Real Detective, all new Thursday at 10, only on Investigation Discovery. And watch full episodes anytime on ID Go. Download the app for free.
Now that we don't went flawless, I hope they do give us a new emblem after the update.
He stumbled onto evidence of a violent crime. But what, who, and why remain a mystery. That's all about to change.
Okay.
I need to speak with someone about my girlfriend.
Okay.
You see that nigga doing our damn get it? The jam on it?
Yeah, hold on just a minute. What's the name?
Robin Benedict. 21 years old, tall.
All right. Slow down just for a minute, sir. What seems to be the issue?
She's missing.
Missing.
Do I gotta wear the flawless emblem to get it?
She would have returned home that Saturday night, and she didn't. So
Man, I might as well do a little
something
bit.
was wrong.
Do you have anything on
Did they say they want flawless?
Benedict.
Robin Benedict, age 21?
Well,
Prostitution charges.
No, yeah, you get
Okay.
I know you can get it if you've lost. I've seen people like on streams and shit be like 7-2, keep playing and be 11-2 and get it then.
In the prostitution business, the pimps,
But now, like,
girls do take off and run away, never to be seen again.
but like what you're saying, you gotta win to get a drop. I don't know about that. You know how stupid Destiny is. The more shitty of a player you are, the better your drop.
Robin's parents were getting suspicious. Robin's mom had called her joyfully to tell her about a new puppy that they have got. And they never heard from Robin. Give me I'll just call the cops.
Esquadra.
There was a girl
Esquadra.
who was missing. Her family was worried.
Esquadra.
What'd they say?
They said she's a prostitute. She's probably out with some John.
What?
That's good. It's okay. It's okay. At first, I was still trying to get my head around the fact that she was missing, and it was just overwhelming. I lost it. I started
Now, how
crying.
bad did we get fucked? How bad did I get fucked up? 2, 3, and 5. Damn. That wasn't that bad.
Another week passes, and still no word from Robin.
Her father was distraught. He went to the newspaper to try to get some publicity.
The story initially was beautiful, a commercial artist goes missing, distraught dad. Having found out that she was a prostitute, I didn't know. Do we report that? Don't we report it? I felt bad for the family. And the editor said, look, you know this is relevant.
In those early days, I mean, it's all anyone cared about is that she was a prostitute, not that she was a person. Pissed me off. Yeah, she's my sister. Gotta love her.
She was my sister.
If I had the chance, but you don't treat her like trash just because she went down the wrong path.
The story catches the attention of Trooper Paul Landry. On a hunch, he reaches out to Robin's family.
The crime lab was nerve-wracking. Very, very intense for all of us.
Robin's sister Rhonda.
So you got a 4-shot niggas with this Trials hand cannon, don't you?
Her sister Rhonda had tried that very jacket on.
Oh my god, I love it! It's perfect!
It's hers.
There was no doubt that jacket belonged to Robin Benedict. She wasn't missing. There was something far more sinister.
Focus immediately turns to Robin's so-called boyfriend, Lewis Jones.
His actions were very suspicious because they had sized him up
Let's
as a
push him
pimp,
good.
and so he became suspect number
Oh
one.
no, they got a sniper out there. There's 2 of them. There's one sniping to the green, be careful.
Prostitution, you're a pimp. That's the real story.
No.
They all over here though.
A lot of pimps kill their girls. They go wrong, and for whatever reason, they want to leave them, perhaps.
Yeah, you like to rough up the women, have some fun?
Look, I came here because I want to help you guys find her. I'm pretty freaking out right now.
Lewis finally caves and admits Robin is a prostitute. He tells Landry they plan to use most of the money to buy a house in the country.
I love Robin. I'm here because I love her. I'm concerned for her.
You wanted to marry her? She's your girlfriend and you send her out at night to do this? I don't understand that. You gotta give us a lead, something to go on. One of these guys you send her out to have sex with for money? Help us then, give us something.
To your left, Frost Street.
There's this guy that's been stalking her for a few months. Might want to talk to him.
Damn, that didn't kill him. There's 2 over here. That ain't get him. They see you get it. The last one over here. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it?
Get into Olive Garden now for our lunch duo. Choose your favorite pasta, piadina, or sandwich. It all comes with our never-ending super salad
Equipo enemigo eliminado.
starting at just $6.99. Get never-ending value for lunch today at Olive Garden.
Dermatologists recommend
Luigi Brown.
for sensitive skin. It hydrates for 24 hours. Women
You ever met any white people called brown?
because of how it makes them feel. Healthy skin.
You ever met any white people with the last name Brown? They coming over from this left
so
side.
much more than sexy. Selma's new Vanishing Back Bra smooths your back and sides. Vanishes under clothing, like you're wearing nothing at all. The Vanishing Back Bra. We've got your back. Only at Selma.
It's time now. Smack the girl.
Looking for this?
Yeah.
Order and track your pizza with Domino's Tracker.
3 healthy
That's
benefits.
me.
2 key ingredients. 1 complete capsule. Only Culturelle ProWell 3-in-1 helps support heart, digestive, and immune health.
Oh, they're drainers.
These have syrup.
So we drain it.
Well, these still fruit
One
bowls are
person
packed
would
in
get it
100% fruit juice.
straight.
So you don't drain
They're
it?
all over here.
We drink it.
Dole, the only national brand that packs its entire line of regular fruit bowls in 100%
In the caves.
juice.
Allergies with
I don't know what the last one is, but I'm reservoir good.
with Claritin D.
Oh, he's fucking you up. Good shit.
As little as 30 minutes and contains the best
Good
oral
shit.
digestive. Live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Easter's here. That means church,
That boy's been going ham
and
tonight.
saving a lot of money. At Burlington, we get great brands and quality clothes for everyone at really low prices every single day. Wow, nice price. I got the kids' Easter clothes for under $40.
Natural Bliss believes creamers should not be watery. That's why our new coconut milk creamer is deliciously creamy. Made from
I'm on the
Sumatran
way.
coconuts and irresistible flavor. All natural, just that delicious. New Natural Bliss coconut milk creamer. Stir things up.
Next to that, when people say,
By the time I picked it up, it was too late. I was on block.
you scanned it twice.
I had to switch to it. That's why I didn't get it right.
Costs less than Glam.
Drogor.
If you need a little boost, smash your way to the top of the leaderboards and grab those sweet rewards. Come on, it's candy time. Play now.
You've been planning this night out for weeks, but suddenly a nasty cold has got you in its sights. Time to
Alright.
and solve your cold and cough dilemma.
Oh, that's not fucking me up.
Cold fighter that will help you keep your groove on all night long. Some cough medicines only last
He's got a super.
just one Mucinex DM lasts 12 hours.
Cough doesn't sound so good. Take me some next DM.
I'll text you in 4 hours when your cough returns.
I don't know what super he's got. I'm going to forget it.
Looks like I'm good all night.
Some cough medicines only last 4 hours, but just one
Golden gun?
Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this.
You're good at what you do. It's your thing. No matter what your thing is, you need to be connected. Meet Spectrum Enterprise. Our thing, delivering the right data, voice, video, and cloud solutions via our nationwide fiber-based network. And the people to help you bring your visions
You never know. That might work for them all the other times, so they're going to try it now.
Can do your thing. Spectrum Enterprise.
To death.
Visit us at enterprise.spectrum.com/hello.
Inside again. Oh, there's a grenade behind you. Get it?
Hey, it's Hazley. It's tax return time. Hardworking taxpayers like
That fucked me up.
Purchase any vehicle. Down payments as low as $4.99 by the end
Let's pull back. Let's stay with street. Get it?
Free 6 months, 6,000 mile powertrain warranty. But that's not all. Get our free
One coming from our spawn.
worth over $500 in discounts. Call now.
Oh, fucked up. He didn't have no energy missing.
It drove me to a point
I
of
showed
obsession
y'all
that I
this
had never
motherfucker.
experienced
Yeah,
before.
he missed one just now too. Off of bullshit.
When you work these cases,
I think
you're
they're down
living
with it.
another person's greatest nightmare.
I did everything I could, but it still wasn't enough.
I wanted to work these cases. I wanted to make a difference in these people's lives. Real Detective, all new Thursday at 10, only on Investigation Discovery.
2 weeks have passed since 21-year-old Robin Benedict disappeared. Police have zeroed in on her boyfriend and pimp, Lewis Jones.
There's this guy that's been stalking her for a few months. Some professor. Any idea, address, where I can find him? I think he works at Tufts.
Lewis let them know that the stalker was Professor Bill Douglas.
He owed her like $3,000.
Bill had become totally obsessed with Robin. He was writing letters to her every day.
That's from my heart. I wrote that for you.
Okay.
He had to see her. He had to talk to her.
Can you get a kiss?
I'll see you soon.
He
Why did you tell me I completed the card again?
for Robin.
Robin had been telling
Oh, every time you win it, then never mind.
Douglas was getting really
Yeah, my bad.
obsessive and following
It's been a
her
while,
around.
Like stalking her outside the apartment, following her to meetings, just not leaving her alone.
He would sit across the street from her apartment and watch whenever she had a client go in, and he would call Vice and get her busted. He was jealous. He didn't want anyone else to be with her.
Keep playing. You trying to play a new card? Is that what you're saying?
Mr. Douglas, thank you for coming in. Okay. Did you get that bump on your head?
Yeah. I'm really paying attention banging on the door. I'll start for a few seconds.
It'll give it to you on the
Bill tells officers he last saw Robin on March 5th when she came to his house.
Like Saturday.
Yeah. You gotta put the emblem on like we do.
Drop off some artwork.
And then you also gotta have the crooks of Crota. You gotta have the
Here's how we're leaving you with the kids.
you gotta have the emblem on. We all gotta have
Drop
icebreaker
off art.
or multi too.
Are you implying something?
You just gotta make it work.
Because if you are, you're wrong. Dead wrong.
We have to all be 398. Like get it? That's why this nigga don't level his luck.
We have a warrant to search the property.
Bill!
But as far as detectives can determine, the trail to Robin ends with Bill
I
Douglas.
bet my elo like $12.95 now.
They found Robin's pocketbook, her driver's license.
The highest my shit done been was almost
That's her
14.
most valuable thing. So something was
Yep.
really wrong.
There are a lot
There
more
you go.
incriminating finds around the corner. A pair of women's underwear police later determined belonged to Robin.
Why in God's name would you keep her panties? I mean, his wife is in the house, his kids in the closet. One of the troopers found a blue windbreaker and just happened to notice a little blood, and they took it.
I don't understand.
Don't say.
Yeah, I broke 13.
Can you come here, please?
And then there's the flannel shirt recovered in the dumpster.
13, 18.
You recognize the shirt?
That shit like, nigga, you 15. Get it, 15.
Yes, I think that's Bill's. I did the mending on this.
1538. Get it is 1508.
Okay.
See, but when your wins ain't shit, though, you broke 48%, but your KD is 1.3.
Actually placed Professor Douglas under arrest, charging him with the murder of Robin Benedict.
My shit is 0.82. So you know when we be playing, they do the shit, they look at you, be like 7 times flawless, 1.3. They look at Getty like 37 times flawless, 1.8. Oh, they carry this Yodadee guy.
With a match for human brain matter.
For this part of the brain to be exposed, this person will be dead. And so that was the first evidence they had that Robin was actually dead.
Yeah, my KD is 0.53 this week so far. Yours is 1.53. Getty is 1.6.
Over the next year, while Douglas sits in jail, investigators continue to search for Robin's body.
She didn't just vaporize.
1.6 for the week.
And they were hoping to find it.
But Douglas
A 1
is
point.
not talking.
I'm sorry, 1.06. My bad. I said that's it wrong.
Said, look, we can get to
1.06.
manslaughter.
You inching over
We'll
1.0.
save you some grief. If he gives us the body, we'll accept the plea bargain.
On the morning
Yeah, we
of the
need like
trial,
15 more
they stopped
teams like the one we just
proceedings,
played.
And it was announced that Professor Douglas was going to plead guilty. But he pled guilty to manslaughter.
Douglas finally gives his version of that fateful night.
What are you doing here?
Where's my money?
Get out. Get out of my house.
You owe me $3,000, and I'm here to get it.
Douglas was telling her he didn't have any money.
Maybe Nancy has my money. $3,000? Where is it?
What are you doing?
Oh my God, you have so many.
Get out of my stuff.
You can't pay me my money.
I don't.
That look like they were trying to shotgun. They pushing up from the stairs.
And then brought it down upon the top of her skull 3 times.
Yeah, they're not
So
strong.
deep that he could look in and see brain matter.
Damn, I got a double
And
melee.
he said he knew she was
There's
dead.
all 3 of them here. That's a good grenade. One getting the green.
Did you cause her death?
One right there trying to get that red.
Bill Douglas told very self-serving stories that tried
There's
to make
2 right
himself
here.
look like the victim.
Self-defense? No. I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense.
He getting the
To me,
red.
it's all lies.
According
Almost.
to his testimony, Bill then
He
begins
fell off. He could have had me there.
dirty work.
If you had the warlock jump, it would have stopped
He
you.
knew his wife and children would be back
You got
fairly
that
soon.
Titan jump. That shit
He had to get
do
rid of the
not
body.
stop.
So he
That
took
shit blows.
Robin in the blue comforter, put her in the trunk of her car, and then started driving around.
He didn't get it when it
He
left.
stows Robin's bloody jacket, the sledgehammer, and his shirt in the dumpster
Oh, all
off
the
the
way left.
Massachusetts Turnpike.
Are they?
And then he drove away, but he still had the problem of her body.
Bill drives all the way to Providence, Rhode Island, and leaves Robin's body in another dumpster, one he knows feeds a massive landfill.
And one of them was so massive that it would have been
I missed that. I thought it was supposed to Craig's Promise. He got registered. He got a register get off by the green. He pushing out of daddy.
Remains forever.
They never got what the family really wanted was her name so they could bury her.
That's what's up.
Not knowing is hard. Where are her
He gave this too raw.
It would be nice if we could
That's
bury
that
her.
nigga name.
Bill pleads guilty to manslaughter and is sentenced to 18 to 20 years.
They in the stairs.
2 families shattered by secrets.
I thought we were a typical
What's you looking at?
class family, decent upbringing. To hear your sister had a secret life, hear this professor had a secret life, and then he murdered your sister and how he did it. She's been dead longer than she's been alive.
Oh, he out there, let's
It
push
does
up.
get easier over time, but it's still
Oh, that's only
touchy.
2. I forgot it's only
Wherever
2.
you are, Robin, I miss you.
Cause I'm wireless.
This is the true story of Trish Willoughby.
But I think there's very few times, like you ever play with me and you don't hear nothing in the background. Oh, the time you heard the Spanish, that's the only time I've been like in my living room.
And it can actually amp up into almost an addiction. A marriage torn apart.
You pick up that heavy? Let's get them stores. Oh, you better not let them kill you.
I think she did money had no option. Had to kill her.
And the shocking twist that no one would see coming. Someone isn't who they seem.
Just when you thought you'd heard everything, this was like truth is stranger than fiction.
I want to kill a nigga too, get it? 3 days.
Gilbert, Arizona is a quiet
Damn, that
suburb
box
of
came right
Phoenix
back.
on the edge of the Sonoran Desert. In 1978, newlyweds Dan and Trish Willoughby moved to Gilbert to be closer to Trish's tight-knit Mormon family.
I think she looked at my mom and dad and said, I want my family to
Not
be
him.
like that. In order to do that,
That
I've
nigga
got to get
football.
back to my roots.
Alright then.
Dan
1 versus 1.
how important our religion was to our family.
Dan was raised a Catholic. Probably converted fairly easily to the Mormon faith. First to please Trish, and to please
still
her
let them
parents
niggas
and her
win.
family, and to fit into
Just fuck
that
it.
group.
Give it to him.
Quickly after settling
I'm
into their
lying.
new home,
Fuck these
Trish and
niggas.
Dan's new life gets off to a promising start. Trish
give you
embarks
niggas
on an
shit.
independent business venture, and
I'm
Dan
gonna stick my
lands
hand in
a
their
good
ass and make them
sales job
hand
in the
puppets.
freight business.
I thought, how lucky Trish is to have this wonderful man in her life. This is such a blessing for
Get
Trish.
your cheating ass.
And over the next few years, the blessings multiply. On September 6, 1980, Trish gives birth to a baby girl whom they name Fira Catherine after their mothers. 4 years later, they adopt an infant boy named Hayden, followed by 14-year-old Marcia in 1988. The Willoughbys now have the family of their dreams.
We built a pool, so we spent most of the summers outside and swimming and playing in the pool.
They just did a lot of wonderful things as a family, and it was just really fun to watch them grow together.
But after 12 years of marriage, Dan's personality
So we must not be playing niggas
changed.
that's flawless, right? About to be
He's no
flawless no more.
longer content with home, work, or family.
These dudes we playing must not about to be go flawless.
I
They
don't
must
think
be
that was
like,
like a determining, aha moment. I think it was just a gradual lead up to changes in his persona, with his attitude, with his temperament, shortness,
no fucking
anger,
sleeping.
times when he would blow off the handle. He held it and he hit it pretty well. But
Jugando
you can see
un
at times where
disputa
there was frustration
coaza.
levels building up.
But Dan's anger can't be held back for
Partida
long.
privada.
Soon, his home life with his
Miembros
wife and
de la
kids sours.
escuridad. What the fuck
I
that
was
means?
starting to see more and more things that he
Escuadra.
and Trish would fight about. Sleeping on the couch, not going to bed at the same time, not really even talking. There wasn't a whole lot of communication. I never saw any affection, ever, between the two of them.
He really seemed to change, and he kind of pulled away from the family.
There was that and worse and worse.
One explanation for Dan's radical personality change is that he's ignoring the strict Mormon ban on alcohol.
He would drink at the house. I would pick up his orange juice cups, thinking it was orange juice, take a big swig of it, and
There's all these stereotypes that when men get to be about 40 to 50, they all start lamenting their lost youth and trying to relive it with the fast cars, and sometimes with the fast women.
The flirting pays off, and soon Dan begins having affairs behind Trish's back. Everyone at work knows his routine.
Get up in the middle of the afternoon.
Gibby, how many times you been flawless since year 3? 4, 5?
Toward the front door, and he'd say, "I'm going to digital." Digital being one of his clients, but everybody knew that was the code word for "I'm going to meet one of my honeys." And he got away with that because he was a big money maker.
I miss that boy Tom.
Time with his family and more time looking for women to party with him.
I think in his book, every woman was a moving
You say he's straight? I mean, I really talking shit. Fuck that nigga.
His level of testosterone was high.
Then, one day in 1989, comes a moment that will
Damn, I clicked on something that shows me KD every year. My year 1 KD was 0.44, year 2 0.84, year 3 0.93. Foster, you 1.26, 0.92, 129.
Shapely Mexican woman.
She was very flirty, very feminine.
Get it is 0.72, 1.717, 1.06.
From the very first time she saw him, he represented a level of wealth and power that she probably hadn't seen with her previous boyfriends.
Oh, sniping. That's burning them. Fuck you, nigga. I'll take that all day.
She was quite comfortable with
Oh, he ran a grenade up the ramp.
And Yesenia is exactly the type of woman Dan is looking for.
He is bored with
Damn,
his
2 of them shits. It's 2 golden guns, but I got 2 incendiary grenades thrown at everything.
Makes him unhappy with life. She doesn't look anything like Trish. She doesn't act anything like Trish. She's exotic.
Brazilian wax.
She would get the little miniskirts
Brazil,
on,
Brazil,
and go
Adrian.
out with him. And
Brazil, Adrian.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
saying
right.
my mom didn't dress nice, but she didn't dress like that. She wasn't the trophy girl that Danny was looking for, and Yesenia was.
When you get 2 opportunists,
Come on,
especially
man.
if
Look
they're
at this
driven by
bullshit.
hedonism, as well as the thrill, there's the
He pushing up on me with a wormwood.
manipulation of you have something I want and I'm going to get it from you. You end up feeding each other.
Nah, this wormwood shit is so fucking homo, dog.
Sometimes we call this a folie à deux. It's almost a psychological chemical reaction. You feed something I need, and obviously I'm feeding something you need, and it can actually amp up until it's almost an addiction.
They're like, you know what? They're like, let's make this a No Land Beyond era.
And she reveals little personal information.
I haven't hit him not once.
As a clerk at a few of the large department stores, she liked the finer things of life. She dressed very nice. She liked lots of jewelry and perfume.
Damn, he shot me over your shoulder, dog. He back there. He's over there behind the rock to the right of the rock. You can, I'm not safe. He's coming to you. He's backing up to me. He's backing up to me. He's waiting for you by me. This shit.
Of obsession, deception, and terror.
This nigga just going all over the tour in the motherfucking lake.
Coffee bean helps
Jose,
you stir up a rich,
2823 jams, 239.
It can inspire you to stir up other things too, like a new friendship. Stir up commitment with Coffee Meat.
Hook up your whole crew at Cricket Wireless. With 5 lines for just
There's the name. Here comes the nigga that been charging me. This nigga kills me with wormwood no matter what I do with him. I pre-fired him. He's coming hurt, dog. He's hurt as fuck on my body.
What is success? Where does it come from?
My bad, dog.
Is it fate? Does it come from hard work?
You're waiting for the red, dog. That's what you're supposed to do.
Or hardship? Don't worry if you're not
If I would have killed them, you wouldn't have to worry about
Just
that
stay
shit.
true to yourself. And success will find you. Santa Margarita for who you are.
Cod extravaganza is here.
Oh, all the way to the right. All the way to the right. He's hurt.
Battered cod.
He jumping at you. Oh, Golden Gun. Shit, I ain't realize Golden Gun, dog. What the fuck?
On a classic flavor. The choice is yours.
My bad, dog. I ain't shit.
You deserve more. At JCPenney, we can't
Well, I was talking over you in my TV loud, so you know how that shit go. You know how that shit go.
Embroidered crop denim. The floral print. Blush, the new neutral. And the bold shoulder. Save an extra 30%.
Golden.
JCPenney card and coupon.
In the middle, by where I died.
Guaranteed to love. JCPenney, that's getting your penny's worth.
It's one of those things people around here do not talk about. There was
Get
one
my
guy
ribs, get my
who knew
ribs.
everything that was going on. He's never going to talk again.
Yeah. Disgraced premieres Friday, March 31st at 9. Only on Showtime. Start your free trial now.
Lots of marketing going on in this aisle. Fancy labels, slick designs. This one's got flowers on it. It's pretty. After the stomach flu ravages my home, am I supposed to believe that an ocean breeze is going to blow it away? Please. I know what clean smells like. Bleach.
There it is.
The same bleach that knocks down dysentery and cleans up crime scenes. You want to spend $3 on liquid doubt? Be my guest. You want clean? Get a cleaner with bleach in it. Clorox means clean.
Arm & Hammer dials up clean all the way to ultra clean. With Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean detergent. Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean, America's #1 stain fighter. It blows away more tough stains, leaving your laundry brighter. Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean. Clean you need at a fraction of the cost.
Cough doesn't sound so good. Take Mucinex DM.
I'll text you in 4 hours when your cough returns.
One can last 12 hours, so...
Looks like I'm good all night. Some cough medicines only last 4 hours, but just one Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this.
Our AutoZone Rewards program is simple. Spend $20 5 times and earn a $20 reward. Oh, look at that. You got a $20 reward.
I needed it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's,
Awesome.
let's get you what you need.
We are Wednesday night.
We won 2 and lost 2, right?
Dragged out and all from one. We are the devoted and the faithful. We are the scar-wearing, the grudge-holding, the never letting up and never letting down. We are the night we loved. Wednesday Night Rivalry on NBCSN.
They should make niggas have to do that Husker the Pit shit, right?
I've never experienced before.
That's how I got my shit. Yeah. I played quarter like a motherfucker to get that crooks of crack.
I did everything I could, but it still wasn't enough.
I wanted to make a difference in people's lives.
Real Detective, all new Thursday at 10, only on Investigation Discovery. And watch full episodes anytime on ID Go. Download the app for free.
It's 1990 in Gilbert, Arizona. Family man and father of 3, Dan Willoughby, and his wife Trish seem to be a happy, loving, church-going couple. But what Trish doesn't know is that Dan has been cheating on her behind her back with a sultry Mexican vixen named Yesenia.
Yesenia being younger than he is really represents the fun times, the fast times, early in his life.
As Dan and Yesenia spend more time together,
Pretty
their feelings for one another
badass.
intensify,
Pretty badass.
and so does their desire
Tiempo.
to take risks. They join the Scottsdale Athletic Club, where they hold a joint membership under the names Mr. and Mrs. Willoughby. The pair become regulars at this high-end gym.
He spent an insane amount of time at the gym.
The whole idea of the gym
Then
isn't just the
Cat
final
Point.
product. It's the social process of everyone saying, look at him.
The couple seems to enjoy the attention they get as 2 very attractive and vivacious people. But being seen together in public is just the beginning. Dan begins to
behind me.
lavish Yesenia with gifts.
One is on by B, one is by B. Last one's by B. He's going to get the rares that's over by y'all. He got a grenade out at y'all. He's got a scout rifle. He's backing up by the green. He's on the right side of that block by the green.
It's all part of the ritual of seduction.
It's beyond just buying things.
That's
It's
it.
I have the power to buy you this. What am I going to get in return for buying you this wonderful item? And the answer is going to be, you go full circle back to the sex.
But there's a problem. Dan's income can't support both his family at home and his expensive mistress. So Dan comes up with a solution.
The reality behind it was that he had been keeping Yesenia on his expense account.
Dan uses his company card freely. And for a while, no one notices.
Oh, I done jumped off the map.
Pleasure is the only thing they're concerned about, whatever happens to bring it to them. Consequences never enter their mind.
But then, one morning at work, Dan gets called in to see his boss.
They had finally tracked it down that his expense account was hugely over the norm, and
Oh, I don't fell off
there was
again.
something else going on, and this wasn't being used for business.
I was trying to jump over there to get a drop on the nigga, and I can't.
Well, after he lost the last job in the air freight business, he had no income. And his work
My bad.
was such that it probably would have been very difficult for him to find a job of any significance.
I did not know that he had lost his job for several months.
Yeah, I was trying to jump across, and I got the
Like he was going to work.
better burst or whatever.
The clever salesman
I still don't know how to use it.
He finds another way to continue wining and dining Yesenia.
He simply just kind of shifts the income from
Oh
the
shit, oh
corporate
shit.
card to
From
his
our
wife's
spawn.
credit cards.
This masquerade affords Dan a lot
He pushing
of
get it.
time
He
to
got
spend
get it.
with Yesenia.
Get it, got it good.
He had lost his job, so he could have been with her all day. And probably was.
Alpha, bravo.
Dan. She likes the man who doesn't work all day and can stay in bed with her all day and go to the gym and the bars and the discos with her.
All the while, Dan attempts to keep up his image as a loyal, church-going husband and father. But he wonders how long he can carry on with the charade and big spending behind Trish's back. Then, something unexpected happens at home. Trish and her mother's vitamin supplement distribution company takes off.
That's when our lives changed.
I got one hurt coming in through the phone.
Working that business very, very hard. And we grew very rapidly. I'll never
He running through my gun. Oh, he ran out just.
That was quite exciting.
For Trish, the success of the business is key to financial stability for her family. For Dan, it's exactly the lifeline he needs to keep his affair with Yesenia alive.
He adapted to the lifestyle that he was presented with. He adapted to, I drive a Jag, my wife makes a six-figure income, and maybe this isn't such a
Oh, there's one over the fuck.
Trish's business starts doubling and tripling profits, and Dan's spending keeps pace.
She's building a big business, highly successful. She's focused on that, not really paying attention to what's going on in her marriage.
Maybe he felt like, he was entitled.
Damn, I had to reload. I don't know why.
To be able to do it, go out and do things outside of the
This nigga got a super.
I think he was
He running.
more money now that he was a free man than he was
I
when he
was
was working.
Okay. He got a super though. Where is he?
Ignored signs that Dan is no longer the man she married. Discovers the thousands of dollars
He didn't waste it though.
he's racked up.
He turned it on though.
Credit card charges. Again, she has to make some really important decisions.
Damn, I know we're gonna run it. So
Does it go? Should I really
I done blew it out like twice and shit still running.
to try to investigate my husband?
Dan confesses that he
So
lost his job.
they got a storm caller.
That he had to use Trish's money to pay for the groceries and household bills that he used to cover with his paycheck.
Trish doesn't want to lose her husband, the father of her children, so she puts her blinders on and gives him another
I already
chance.
busted heavy.
Still, Trish begins to pay more attention to his charges. And to make matters worse, Yesenia becomes even more demanding of Dan's attention. Dan's not the only
Oh, you see me coming for that nigga. He left the body's over here.
About Dan that feeds an inner need of hers. So she's got her claws in him. She knows about the wife, but she's possessive, and she knows that she can feed Dan's sexual needs, and clearly Trish is not.
Dan is in a bind.
He's totally dependent on Trish for support.
No, he's got a storm caller. It must have, when he popped it, it must have counted. Cause he went to turn it on and I killed him like real quick. So
Source of income to keep this arrangement going, and tries to get in on the family business. He
there's
tells
two
Trish
over here.
he's learning Spanish and offers to open a satellite division across the border.
He's
said, we can set up a business in Mexico, and I...
Alright, what we doing? Am I pushing in like a maniac? Yes, I am. Oh, you sniped him. This one on the big rock. He up in the air with a no land beyond. The wormwood now. They going for that red.
Corporation under common law, so that if anything happens to me, she gets
they pushing up on this rock. Two of them are coming out to you. One backed off. All three of them right there. All to your right. Damn. Yeah, that was a smoke and all types of shit right there.
Your name is not on this business. You have had nothing to do with it, and your name is never going to be on this business.
Do we keep or sell? Let me know.
It's a crushing blow for Dan.
I see it.
Access to the funds from the family business, he's running out of options. He's mad with desire and must find a way to continue seeing Cynthia. But when passion and greed collide, the results can be deadly.
I'm pushing out though. Hammers. Hammers, fuck you. Hammers. Out by my body going into circle room. He backing up, that grenade fucking him up. He backing up. He up in the air. He by the flag. He's out of it. He's out of it. He's trying to snipe at me. You ain't got no room?
Dermatologists recommend Cetaphil for sensitive skin. It hydrates for 24 hours. Women recommend Cetaphil because of how it makes them feel.
Shit, I ain't got mine.
Save money on motorcycle insurance with Geico going up the country home without one, Frank.
I'm going to get nachos.
Snack bar's closed.
Geico motorcycle. Great rate.
Blind prediction working out a little bit for me.
Start your day with the #1 choice of dentists. Philips Sonicare removes significantly more plaque versus Oral-B 7000. Experience this amazing field of clean. Innovation in you. Philips Sonicare. Save now when you buy Philips Sonicare.
This was a tight-knit community. Neighbors you could trust. Before an unthinkable crime changed it all.
The scene of the crime with Tony Harris. Special premiere Sunday, April 9th at 11 after the premiere of Casey Anthony on Investigation Discovery.
I did everything I could, but it still wasn't enough.
It drove me to a point of obsession that I had never experienced before.
Real Detective, all new Thursday at 10, only on Investigation Discovery.
For months, Dan Willoughby has been involved in a passionate, steamy affair with his mistress, Yesenia. Behind his wife Trisha's back. But there's a problem. Dan's flamboyant spending and erratic behavior has cost him his job and his chance to take part in his wife's successful business. And Yesenia is only getting more demanding. She wants lavish gifts and plenty of sex.
A sexual relationship is feeding all of their personal needs like a drug. And he can't think logically. He just needs to feel that for the rest of his life, like a heroin addict needs their drug. It's the same feeling. It makes him completely illogical.
With their relationship getting serious, Dan feels like he needs to do something to make Yesenia feel special. But what he comes up with next is something no one could have expected.
To our left.
The risk that he took there was perhaps even part of the perfect storm. If the kids meet Yesenia and don't tell their mother and keep the secret, Well, that must mean that everything's gonna turn out okay. In a bizarre twist, Dan brings his two daughters, Marcia and Thera, to Yesenia's apartment and introduces Yesenia as his Spanish tutor and friend. Thera, Dan's younger daughter, seems to take the bait.
She was nice. You know, it seemed a little bit odd.
I'm here. I'm just gotta change
My dad
something
hanging
up.
out with this other woman, but he, totally played it off like it was
Fuck, it keeps switching
just his
on.
friend.
But right from the start, 16-year-old Marcia can sense
They're coming from our left again.
about the meeting.
It was just very weird meeting her. And then the way he approached her, the way that he would talk to her, the way he would put his hand on her back, just the way that she looked at him, and the way that she spoke to him, I knew that there was something between them. And with no affection being shown between
There's one to my right by the
it
res.
was
Good
odd to
shit.
see that with him.
Don't res me.
With her father and his supposed Spanish
Please.
teacher lost in each other's company, Marcia takes the opportunity to snoop
Oh,
around
it's just
the
something getting on my fucking nerves, man.
and what she sees is shocking.
I looked in her closet,
What a bunch of shit.
in the bathroom. His cologne, which he wore one specific kind of cologne, it was there. There was cards around the apartment that were written in Spanish, written from him. He had a very distinctive handwriting. He wasn't left-handed, but he had a left-handed slant. And so I knew they were from him.
They're not nowhere near spawn. They're over there by you.
So I knew that he was staying there. There were several nights that he didn't come home. So I knew where he was at. After
Damn, I shouldn't have did that. I had him dead.
fallen into place.
One's coming from your left.
By making her the pawn in the middle, so that she is in a terrible conundrum. Back at the Willoughby home, the children are shaken by what
Gala,
they just see.
Toto,
Marcia eventually tells
Rina.
Trish about Yesenia.
If I was going to say something that could possibly break up a marriage, I wanted to know that it was correct. And seeing what I saw, I knew. And I told her that.
So what character you about to switch to?
Trish confronts Dan about the affair, but he denies any inappropriate behavior.
Alright, boys.
If he actually admits the affair, she's going to divorce him. He's not going to have a job. He'll probably never see his children, or certainly not get custody of his children. And
Them niggas done made me mad.
the entire charade that dance, it has to end. But Trish isn't satisfied with Dan's explanation. So she drives over to Yesenia's apartment and confronts her.
She had accused her of having this affair, and of course Yesenia constantly said, "Oh no, I'm just his Spanish teacher," and "Oh, I would never do anything like that. There's nothing between Dan and I."
Deny, deny, deny. Make the other person think that they're the crazy one. They're the paranoid one. They're the possessive one. She's really
Some calls coming back your way.
She knows she has all the power in the relationship with Dan.
He's going back for heavy and the res. He got the res first.
What's going on? And this isn't the life she
What
wants.
a bunch of shit.
She starts contemplating divorce.
She had
What
made
about that time?
plans to divorce Dan, and she was planning to do it.
You can't bag me, we fucking ass.
Back at home, she puts a freeze on Dan's finances.
She'd been paying all the bills, and he had been footloose and fancy-free for about 6 months, just doing whatever he wanted to do.
What will
To our left, get it? To our left.
divorces him, penniless, his ego destroyed, and Yesenia will leave him, and he's got to keep Yesenia at all costs, because that's the only thing feeding him at this point.
Dan seemed to see her as the new Mrs. Willoughby, and I think he was intent on making that happen.
With his heart set on a future with Yesenia,
Ha sido eliminado de las pruebas de Osiris.
Divorce was not something that he could have in his life because it would not make him look like a good father
Alright, give me that
or a
shit.
good husband.
The chances that he would have walked away from the divorce with enough money to support his life with Yesenia was zero. Suppose that's when probably a murder scheme began formulating. Dan was broke. The only access he had to money was from Trish. Her money. She had cut off his credit cards, She knew about his affair. She was not going to spend any more money on him. I think in his mind he had no option. He had to kill her.
What makes this the perfect cocktail is the sexual needs, the thrill, the hedonism. Yesenia feeds all of that. And the idea of the pleasure that he will get with Trisha in the picture. Will he feel remorse if he kills her? Probably not.
What was unthinkable becomes plausible in Dan's new mindset. Murder on American soil would be too risky. So Mexico, Dan and Yesenia's favorite getaway, is the best alternative.
Dan planned to commit this murder in Mexico, probably knowing that the resources of law enforcement are very limited, and that they wouldn't dig very deep into this case.
He must have thought he could do it there, and the American authorities would never get involved, and that he would be home free.
Now all Dan needs is to get Trish to Mexico. He comes to her with an idea. He wants to take their family on vacation and presents Trish with a trip to an exclusive beach resort in Mexico.
Dan did things very, very flamboyant. It was a very, very big publicized matter that they were going to Mexico. It wasn't just like, hey babe, you know, we're going to take off and go to Mexico for the weekend.
At first, Trish is suspicious. She knows Dan is cheating on her, but decides to give their marriage one last try.
She knew what he was doing, and I believe that she wanted to finally see if she could save the marriage, and if not, her plans were to divorce Dan.
But neither Dan nor Trish will be ready for the surprises that await them. The Willoughbys won't be going on vacation alone, and Dan's lover Yesenia is not who he thinks she is.
When you're close to the people you love, does psoriasis ever get in the way of a touching moment? If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, you can embrace the chance of completely clear skin with Taltz. Taltz is proven to give you a chance at completely clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of patients had a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. In fact, 4 out of 10 even achieved completely clear skin. Do not use if you are allergic to Taltz. Before starting, you should be checked for tuberculosis. Taltz may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection or have symptoms, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. Inflammatory bowel disease can happen with Taltz, including worsening of symptoms. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Now's your chance at completely clear skin. Just ask your doctor about Taltz.
Big Lots patio furniture looks amazing next to a vineyard at sunset. Where else would it look amazing? Your backyard. Get the Pinehurst 6-piece patio set for only $4.99 during the big furniture and home sale this week at Big Lots. Take it home today.
The new smokehouse pizza from Little Caesars is smoked brisket, pulled pork, and applewood smoked bacon with tangy barbecue sauce on a seasoned crust. What do you think, Big Mo?
Certified, smokified.
The new smokehouse pizza, only $9 and only at Little Caesars. Pizza.
You inherit lots of traits from your family. My ancestor, Lady Beatrice, introduced the Elizabethan ruff. Great-grandfather Horatio went west during the gold rush. And Aunt Susan was a world champion. I inherited their can-do spirit and their double chin. Now I'm going to do something about it.
Kybella is the first of its kind injectable treatment that destroys fat under the chin, leaving an improved profile. Kybella is an FDA-approved non-surgical treatment for adults with a moderate amount of fullness, or a bit more. Don't receive Kybella if you have an infection in the treatment area. Kybella can cause nerve injury in the jaw, resulting in an uneven smile, or facial muscle weakness and trouble swallowing. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including if you have had or plan to have surgery or cosmetic treatments on your face, neck, or chin, have had or have medical conditions in or near your neck, or have bleeding problems. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take. The most common side effects are swelling, bruising, pain, numbness, redness, and areas of hardness in the treatment area. Save $100 on a treatment. Learn more at mykybella.com.
There will always be problems to solve. Work to be done. And moments
you don't want to miss. That's why we work tirelessly to deliver TV with incredible picture and sound. How you want it, when you want it. That's who we are. Spectrum.
AutoZone, our Fix Finder tool, helps you check your engine light on the spot. It looks like an O2 sensor. If you need a repair shop, we can help with that too.
I guess I didn't have to wait a whole month to get that checked out, huh?
You said it came on yesterday.
Let's get you what you need.
Cough doesn't sound so good. Take these the next DM.
I'll text you in 4 hours when your cough returns.
One pill lasts 12 hours, so...
Looks like I'm good all night.
Some cough medicines only last 4 hours, but just one Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this.
A tight-knit community. Neighbors you can trust. Before an unthinkable crime changed it all.
Scene of the Crime with Tony Harris. Special premiere Sunday, April 9th at 11 after the premiere of Casey Anthony on Investigation Discovery.
Web applies all new Tuesday at 9, only on Investigation Discovery.
It drove me to a point of obsession that I had never experienced before.
I dreamed I saw them.
When you work these cases, you're living another person's greatest nightmare.
I did everything I could, but it still wasn't enough.
I wanted to make a difference in these people's lives.
Real Detective, all new Thursday at 10, only on Investigation Discovery. And watch full episodes anytime on ID Go. Download the app for free.
February 1991. Trish Willoughby has recently discovered that her husband Dan has been sneaking around behind her back with a femme fatale named Yesenia. Dan has confronted both of them, but she's willing to make one last attempt to repair their marriage. Dan has convinced Trish to go on a family vacation to Mexico, the perfect setting to work on their relationship.
That's why he got a beach condo with no power, no phone, so we wouldn't have to worry about any of that.
The area where they will be staying is in Puerto Penasco, commonly called Rocky Point by Americans.
Rocky Point is across the Sea of Cortez from Baja, California. And it's just a small, sleepy little village.
But the family vacation won't be Dan's first trip to Puerto Penasco. A week before the Willoughbys go on vacation, Dan and Yesenia drive to Mexico on a scouting mission.
He made a trip to Puerto Penasco, and he took Yesenia with him. So she would have the lay of the land, and she would see the beach house that he was wandering at, and work out the details that way.
They check the windows and locks and review the plan.
That plan. We do this together. We can get away with it. We just gotta get Trish out of the picture. Was just as intoxicating as sex.
And now the thought of sex with no wife to worry about takes them to new heights. With the plans finalized, the lovers return to Arizona. On the eve of the family vacation, Trisha's anxiety about the trip prompts her to call her mother.
She said, you know, Mom, I don't want to go on this trip. I just don't feel good about this trip, Mom. I just don't feel like I should be going.
But against her better judgment, she goes. And on February 22nd, 1991, Dan, Trish, and their 3 children arrive in Puerto Penasco, Mexico. The following day, Dan plans to take the family on an outing. When it comes time to go, Dan tells the children that Trish isn't feeling well and is going to stay behind to rest.
She went to all the activities that we did. It was very strange that she stayed home.
Dan and the kids head out. But before they go, Dan says that he's left something back in the condo. After a few minutes, his oldest daughter attempts to follow him into the room.
I went up to the door, and the door was locked. And I thought it was odd, And I jiggled the handle, and I'm thinking, what? Why would you lock the door? And I thought maybe that it was locked because it automatically locked. But it was Mexico, and they had weird locks there, so I knew it didn't. So Danny had come out at the same time, with different clothes on, and tucking in a shirt.
Finally, everyone is back in the van. They head out for the afternoon. After a few hours of touring the area, the Willoughby family returns to their condo. But on the way back, something just doesn't seem right.
I remember, like, having a bad feeling that, like, I wanted to get back to the house. I didn't know why, but I just felt like we should get back.
When they arrive back at the condo, Dan sends the kids in ahead of him.
You know, we pulled in and we kind of jumped out of the car and ran in because we wanted to tell Mom that, you know, we got to steer the car, and Hayden wanted to tell her about the beached whale, and we were really excited.
But when the children reach Dan and Trisha's bedroom, they are horrified by what they find.
You could see her lying on the bed, and you could just see kind of a red towel wrapped around her head, and you couldn't really see what, like, it just looked strange. I don't think I processed it.
And Tara had come out, and she was shaky. She was Mom's not crazy.
I remember things just kind of moving in slow motion. It didn't seem like we were getting her help. Like, it seemed like we needed to have the ambulance there right that second, and things were kind of getting delayed, and it just didn't make sense.
After what seems like a long delay, the ambulance and the police arrive.
This was a particularly violent death. She was bludgeoned repeatedly. Her face had large bruises and hematomas on both of her cheeks, lacerations across her face from impact wounds. There was one knife stuck into Trisha's right temple area, which was still protruding out of her head.
But instead of grieving, Dan seems very concerned about giving his daughter Marcia Trisha's jewelry.
Dan takes the earrings out of her ears and the necklace off. He'd given her some little diamond earrings. Takes those off and brings them out and hands them to Marcia and said, "Here, you can have these. Your mother's dead, you can have these."
We have to remember that Marcia was the pawn. Marcia is the one who, when she met Yesenia, saw right through the relationship. And really, that putting of the jewelry into Marcia's hand was really just like, come over to my side. If you do that, everything will be okay.
Trish Willoughby, devoted mother and wife, is pronounced dead at the hospital just a few hours later. More than 12 hours after Trish dies, Dan calls her family back in Arizona to break the news. And right away, they're suspicious.
Dan's account was a very surgical, very strategic, very time-accounted.
And I knew then this man was guilty when I hung up the phone.
But Dan had an alibi. He was sightseeing with his children, but when Mexican police question him, they don't consider him a suspect. He and his family are free to go. But back at the crime scene, they do find something interesting.
The Mexican police were able to find some footprints from the unlocked back door that led away from the condominium and towards the beach. They were able to tell that it was from a small boot, probably a woman's, based on the size.
Near the footprints is a half-smoked marijuana cigarette with rosy-colored lipstick on it. But without a fingerprint or murder weapon, the Mexican investigation hits a dead end. Back in Arizona, the story is all over the local papers.
hometown girl who had been murdered in front of her children.
When the Willoughbys arrive back in Gilbert, suspicion towards Dan mounts.
That first morning we started getting calls, some anonymous, some not anonymous, and people were pretty excited about the fact that she had been killed, and several people called us and said things like, I can't believe he finally did it. So there were people that suspected immediately that Dan killed his wife.
With enough circumstantial evidence to suggest the murder was planned on Arizona soil, Gilbert police established jurisdiction and opened an investigation of their own.
It became evident to us on the very first day that Dan wasn't the wholesome family man that he pretended to be.
After questioning Dan and others in town, Gilbert police quickly become aware of Dan's affair with Yesenia, and she immediately becomes a person of interest.
At the very beginning, we had people telling us that Dan was involved. We know from other crimes and love triangles that he did all possibilities.
With a Mexican investigation at a standstill, Gilbert police detectives begin their own manhunt for Yesenia Patino.
Romero.
Tracked Yesenia to the airport Hilt. She was booked under one of her aliases. She had told the desk clerk that she was leaving the country to go to Germany.
When questioning by Gilbert PD's Lieutenant Ruitt begins, Yesenia is calm and maintains her innocence.
She was very chatty, comfortable speaking, never exhibited any sign of nervousness.
When investigators search her belongings, they find two damning pieces of evidence. First, they find something that links Yesenia directly to Trish.
Fruit Loops.
I found Trish Willoughby's wedding ring or engagement ring.
But what they find next turns the investigation on its head.
First time I played my Titan. Like in 2 to 3 weeks. First time I played my Titan like in 2 to 3 weeks.
When one of the other investigators finished this interview, I asked her, who's Alfredo? And Yesenia said,
Last time I played was when I played with y'all.
before they corrected surgery. And at first, it didn't dawn on me that we were talking about a transgender surgery here.
But they are. Yesenia used to be a man.
There's a channel called ID. Investigation Discovery. It's over. All they do is show murder all day long.
It was such a scary thought to have a serial killer right in your backyard. Could my sister really be a part of that?
I need to try some weapon.
Where plans start at only $30 a month and more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint. Plus, when you switch now, you can get a brand new smartphone for free. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
What is success? Where does it come from? Is it fate? Does it come from hard work? Or hardship? Don't worry if you're not sure. Just stay true to yourself. And success will find you. Send Margarita for who you are.
Arcos Triple Zero is my go-to protein snack. Protein from yogurt? Yep, this Greek non-fat yogurt packs 15 grams of protein punch.
What else?
It has 0 added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 fat. Oikos Triple Zero, be a stop.
Okay.
It's one of those things people are here to
Okay.
There was one guy who knew everything that was going on. He's never going to talk again.
Yeah.
It's great. Premieres Friday, March 31st at 9. Only on Showtime. Start your free trial now.
Cod extravaganza is here at Long John Silver. Try our new coastal beer batter, Cod. It's all natural Alaskan cod dipped into a golden beer batter for a twist on a classic flavor. The choice is yours. Because at Long John Silver,
Kind of say.
Arm & Hammer Trails Up Clean all the way to Ultra Clean. With Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean detergent.
That'd be that.
Plus OxyClean, America's #1 stain fighter. It blows away more tough stains, leaving your laundry brighter. Arm & Hammer plus OxyClean, the clean you need.
fraction of the cost.
Some marketing going on in this aisle. Fancy labels, slick designs. This one's got flowers on it. It's pretty. After the stomach flu ravages my home, am I supposed to believe that an ocean breeze is going to blow it away? Please. I know what
you
paint
playing
smells
with?
like. Bleach. The same bleach that knocks down dysentery
Okay.
and cleans up crime scenes. You want to spend $3 on liquid doubt? Be my guest. You want clean? Get a cleaner with bleach in it. Clorox means clean.
At JCPenney, we can't guarantee the perfect spring day.
That shit fuck with my stomach, don't it?
The perfect spring trend. Now trending.
That shit fucks with my stomach. The milk. La leche.
And the bold shoulder.
Yes.
Save an extra 30% at the Friends and Family sale.
No, I don't like that.
Price to buy, guaranteed to
All that I'm flying or under and shit.
Coffee Mate helps you stir up a rich, creamy flavor. It can inspire you to stir up other things too, like a new friendship. Stir up commitment with Coffee Mate.
We got everything we need
Oh,
for spring
I'm
break.
about to fire already. I need to dump weapons.
Styles for every outfit. We need more places to go. Women's shoes starting at $19.99. Kids starting at $9.99. It feels good to pay less.
So I'm gonna run the Titan.
For weeks, but suddenly a nasty cold has appeared in sights. Time to and solve your cold and cough dilemma with a long-lasting cold fighter that will help you keep your groove on all night long.
I got all these fucking snipers like I know how to shoot with a sniper.
But just one Mucinex DM lasts 12 hours.
Doesn't sound so good. Take Mucinex DM.
I'll text you in 4 hours when you're
Even worse, I got all these shotguns like you can use, motherfuckers.
Looks like I'm good all night. Some cough medicines only last 4 hours, but just one Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this.
This is more than just a contract. It's a phone company locking you into expensive, slow, and outdated services. In Spectrum Business, there are no contracts. Now that Bright House Networks Business Solutions is Spectrum Business, we'll earn your business with faster internet, advanced voice, and the best prices, all with over 99.9% network reliability. Stuck in a contract? We'll buy you out. So don't get locked into poor services and higher prices. Switching is easy.
Fusion rifles up the ass.
339-5328. Our AutoZone Rewards program is simple. You spend $20 5 times and earn a $20 reward. Oh, look at that. You got a $20 reward.
Needed it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's,
Awesome.
Let's get you what you need.
With Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails, you'll enjoy lustrous hair, vibrant skin, and healthy nails. So no matter what happens, you'll still feel beautiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails. Better off healthy.
We're looking up at the sky and wondering, where are you?
All I always thought I was missing. That's my only son. Every day this case is on my mind.
Someone knows what happened to her.
Nigga, all these scout rifles.
They come back.
Disappear. All new season premieres Sunday at 10. Only on Investigation Discovery. Available now on idgo.com. Download for free at your app store.
Trish Willoughby was brutally murdered while on a family vacation in Puerto Penasco, Mexico. Arizona police suspect her husband Dan was involved. When they learn he's having an affair, they bring his mistress, Yesenia Patino, in for questioning. But detectives have just gotten the shock of their lives when they hear this attractive suspect
Not really.
used to be a man.
I don't be paying attention.
She used to be known as Alfredo Patino, and he was born on February 6, 1957. When Dan hears the news, he's shocked. After all, he's been intimate with Yesenia for over a year.
Dan obviously never suspected that Yesenia had only been a woman for 6 or 7 years.
I think that inside he probably
Damn, they could give me the last word from the cook truck.
where it hurts. But even at the very end, he's not going to give anyone the satisfaction of knowing.
Chances of this happening are not 1 in a million. I'm sure the odds are way higher than that.
She fooled me. Definitely fooled me.
Like one
She
time.
was definitely very, very feminine. She could walk in heels like no other.
Arizona investigators are stunned by the bizarre turn of the case. but they still don't have enough evidence to charge Yesenia with murder.
Well.
Unfortunately, they didn't have enough to hold her. So at about 3:30 that afternoon, she was released.
With no new evidence, the investigations on both sides of the border run cold. The Gilbert Police Department
I got weapons up the ass for no reason.
office to take over the case, knowing they have many more
I say got weapons up the ass for no reason.
The investigators fly to Mexico and swarm the crime scene, looking for evidence. For the first few hours, they find nothing new, but then they make a remarkable discovery.
They did find a Coke bottle in the kitchen, and that had a fingerprint of Yesenia. That was key to the case.
You get it joined up on me.
Beyond any doubt that she was present in the room.
It's the one piece of physical evidence they've been missing.
So what made you pick Fall Street as your name? What does that stand for? What does Fall Street mean? Why did you pick that?
Finally, they track her down in Mexico.
When Yesenia was tracked down to Mazatlan, she was taken into custody by Mexican police, and she gave a full confession to her involvement, and she was very descriptive of what her part was in it, and she implicated Dan.
He would kill Chris, and he would leave with the kids. He would leave right home. Yesenia would come along. She would go back, take Trish's jewelry, make it look like
We never did recover the murder weapon in this, but it was described to us by Yesenia. We believe that the homemade mace was the type of weapon that was used based on the forensic evidence. By this point, I think Dan thought he was successfully gotten away with murder.
Sounds like some gay shit.
A Mexican citizen, Yesenia Patino is detained by Mexican police and not allowed to return to the U.S.
It sounds like a queef, but like a cousin to a queef.
Dan Willoughby is arrested and charged with the murder of his wife, Trish.
I think being advised in terms of the arrest for the murder of her wife would be...
This is like a cousin. He's talking about, he used to be called Quasar.
When people are engaging with this dance of narcissism, especially with another person who's feeding that ego, you have to remember that the level of denial they go into to allow the interaction in the first place, it becomes
Like,
so
fuck it, I'm 18. Might as well put 18 on that bitch.
A few months later, Dan's trial begins in Arizona. Yesenia is extradited back to the U.S. only to appear as a witness in Dan's trial. The prosecution uses her testimony to build a strong case against him.
Alright, if you ain't got the Tigre Blanco, you're not running. Cool. You get to take that character mask off. Let me see how that shit laid out.
Lining up the condominium to leaving the back door open to providing transportation so that Yesenia could get to Mexico and get back to Arizona.
There it is.
Prosecutors show circumstantial evidence that overwhelmed the jury.
With the little samurai bun.
On May 19, 1992, Dan Willoughby is convicted of murder in Arizona's Maricopa Superior Court. Yesenia is tried in Mexico and also found guilty.
Just when you thought you'd heard everything, along came this case, and this was like, truth is stranger than fiction. We couldn't be making this stuff up.
Losing your children, losing your wife, looking at the
Man, that should take a long time to land.
perhaps was not nearly as frightening to him as the reality that he had been completely fooled by someone who was once a man.
Was your Titan human?
Yesenia he knew continued.
Was your Titan human?
Abrupt halt with the knowledge that she used to be a he remains a mystery. But for Trish's family, justice is served.
Yeah, my hand is human.
Process can begin.
I don't understand how somebody can do
Gilly got that time too.
that makes you a woman.
He the reason why I bought this shit.
A mother away from her children and her family like he did.
I did not care what it took. I did not care how long it took. I would get him and he would pay for murdering my daughter. And he did. secret forever. John and Anne Race worked hard to achieve the American dream.
They were very active in their community.
Yeah, I got your
family
cards.
was first and foremost for this couple.
But when secrets shatter the life they built for themselves,
Behind closed doors, there's a darker side. It's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde.
in a flash, their American dream becomes a nightmare.
I said, Anne, you better be careful.
I think his world crumbled.
And no one can believe what this picture-perfect couple is hiding.
I want to be with you. My body is yours.
It just didn't make sense. This was not Anne Race.
This is a case of control, anger, greed, and deception gone awry.
Soon, every dirty little secret will be revealed. It's 1991 in Valencia, California, an upscale community 30 miles north of Los Angeles. And John and Anne Race are enjoying the fruits of their labor. They've worked hard and saved their money to provide their children with all the best opportunities.
They lived in a beautiful home, and their house was very nicely furnished. They lived very, very comfortably.
John is a former law enforcement officer who put his life on the line for more than a decade.
He cared about his community, he cared about the people in it, and he took the time to make sure everybody was safe.
But after 12 years on the force, he returns to his first love, education. It was as an elementary school teacher many years ago that John first fell for a pretty college student named Anne Yoshiyama.
Beautiful young woman, extremely gregarious, sharp, intelligent, well-organized, meticulous about her appearance, the perfect mother, and a good wife to John.
Anne also went into teaching, but eventually gave it up to raise their children. Now, she runs a flower business from home to earn extra money.
Anne was just a very dedicated mother. She worked at home full time, and she was just very much involved with the children and the household.
In addition to tending to her flowers and her family, Anne also volunteers at her church.
They were very active in their community, and family was the first and foremost for this couple.
Friends and neighbors just love the Races. They're fun to be around, and who wouldn't envy their deep devotion to one another?
I think they were a good match for each other. They kind of balanced each other out in their personalities. John was a quiet man, but a nice guy, always smiled, and Anne and I got along so because she and I were kind of the talkative ones, and our husbands were both kind of quiet.
The only exotic I still need in this game is the new Warlock glove. The spitting aspects.
Both John and Anne are hiding secrets that are going to tear their lives apart. On April 25th, 1991, Anne fails to show up for a meeting with her pastor. It's totally out of character.
She was meticulous. She was organized. She was planned. But she didn't show up, which was unlike Anne, who everyone can count on.
The pastor asks around and learns that it's been several days since Anne's friends have seen or heard from her.
Into our spawn.
There's no need to worry.
He can't. Oh yeah, he's all the way by the spaceship and shit.
He says Anne simply took off on an impromptu getaway.
She just simply needed some time to go away for a while. She may be gone a few days.
I think we all wanted to think, what if she had decided to take a trip or just gone back to Hawaii to visit a relative or something.
Maybe she was just unhappy. Maybe she needed to take a break from her husband and her kids.
But after a week without word from Anne, her pastor grows concerned enough to file a missing persons report.
Just very unlike her.
The pastor tells police he's worried about Anne because of a
secret he can't hold on to any longer.
He wants to.
The racist marriage has hit a rough patch, and they've been seeing him for help working through their problems.
For a priest to come forward and speak to the police about a couple that's coming to him for counseling, this is a real red flag.
But as desperate as investigators are for insight, that's as far as the pastor will go in sharing details.
Obviously, he felt a little reluctant in giving out all the
Peace.
information that was talked about in the counseling session.
I really can't give you any particulars, but
He suggests police go speak with John directly.
Damn, I missed.
Investigators are left to wonder, does the devoted husband know more than he's telling about his wife's absence?
And spoke to his house. He admitted that they'd gone to counseling. They were having marital problems.
The truth of the matter is that we kind of been having some troubles.
Forthright and candid, John admits that his marriage has been strained as of late.
It was actually, my suggestion we go to counseling.
He says he and Anne have been arguing lately about money. And he admits to being difficult to live with.
John was very focused on money. He wanted to be a millionaire, worked hard toward achieving that goal.
John's determined to build his
Damn, murder all that damn day long.
It's been tough,
It was a wake-up call, John says, when Anne told him she
Can we see your phone bill? And on that phone bill were some collect calls from a 213 number. The 213 number was LAX, Terminal 1, Los Angeles Airport.
It's one sniping over here. Two over here.
into the interview, they leave finding John's explanation very credible.
When investigators are first looking at John,
Oh, damn, I ain't know them. He getting a res over here.
teacher, really giving back to the community, a stand-up guy. So it's natural for them to believe him.
But days go by, and Anne never comes home. Did she really disappear on her own? Or is there more going on with this picture-perfect couple than meets the eye?
Generally with adults in missing persons cases, they turn up. There's a reason for them to go missing. They're depressed, they're having marital problems, or whatever. But somebody eventually hears from them. In this case, we didn't have that.
Investigators decide it's time to look deeper into Anne's mental state as of late. And when they start digging, they discover the
Damn.
missing mom has been keeping a scandalous secret. Coming up, will Anne's sexy secret explain why she would run off?
When somebody's having an affair, everything's running hot and high. Who knows what can happen?
Comes die many times before the deaths!
myself.
A new Big Lots mattress looks great in the master suite of a mega yacht. Where else would it look great? Your bedroom. Save up to $300 on a full queen or king sort of mattress that's during the big furniture and home sale this week at Big Lots. Take it home today.
We're told to live large. But with Princess Cruises, your most extraordinary moments happen when you feel small. When you're completely outnumbered,
Who I teabag?
overshadowed, and outshined. So what if you dared to explore this great, big, beautiful pond? What if you dared to feel small?
I'm almost got my smash too.
Come back new.
This year, when you buy any bag of dog or cat food at PetSmart, we'll give a meal to a pet in need. So when Ralphie grabs Grub, Charlie chows down. And when Pro eats,
Ah, that nigga killed my ass.
we'll give a meal. PetSmart, for the love of pets.
This nigga joined the party? Okay. He nigga say he can't talk, but that's my homeboy, Dangerous. Get it? Fall Street, get it? That's Dangerous. Don't try to say nothing. Nah, he was saying he had dental surgery today, so. Man, this nigga all the way out there. By the green. That's what he pushing hard behind him. Feel like he got a smash. He tell it on Reservoir. What they at? Oh, it's still 3 of them? Why you do that? Why you do that to me? I'm burning. That's what's up. That's where you need to stay.
Vanishing back bra smooths your back and sides. Vanishes under clothing like you're wearing.
I'm gonna go 2 of them. Let me get up in there.
Doesn't sound so good. Take me to the next DM.
I'm reloading. Good shit.
Some cough medicines only last 4 hours, but just one Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this. This is a ClassAction.com consumer alert. Homes built before 1975
Dustin Edge.
erosion that can cause major water damage to your home. If you have
That's a ride name.
warped floors, slow drains, or even a water-stained wall, you may have leaking pipes below your foundation.
There's 2 of them over here by the heavy.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
The one on body. Oh, he walked in my grenade like I don't want shit.
He smashed me, goddamn.
Damn, they acting like they done won all 4 rounds already.
He smashed me because I
Smash and handle. What the fuck? Oh, that's gonna kill me because I don't know where it's at. I can't find there. There was a grenade up there. Had me shook. Oh, they got hammers again. Is he? I'm all the way in their spawn. That nigga done wasted his hammers chasing me. I killed him in their spawn. Right there.
Taking a break from the tension in their marriage. But the longer Anne remains missing, the more unlikely that seems.
Yeah. That motherfucker gonna have to chase me.
When no one heard from Anne,
The other left?
not a peep,
This nigga up here in there.
not a letter, not a phone call. They started
Desperate for any clue as to Anne's whereabouts.
This nigga, ho, where you going? Come back, bro, come back.
Someone recognizes her face.
Oh, okay, I'm coming to where you at though, as soon as I can catch a break. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Oh, across from me, shit.
that Anne had disappeared. Investigators
He's still chasing me.
Tips on where she might be.
You got him? Or no shit?
Was a call from a woman that says she
Alright.
saw Ann.
Good shit.
Where she saw her.
Alright, Benji, I'm gonna turn off that stream and I'm gonna do share play. You can join up on the share play so you can see the shit.
As far as it possibly being Ann, and they all proved to be negative. And we never came up with
How do I stop this shit while I'm in Spanish, goddammit?
Injured in an accident